Yep, it's me again. They hate me, that's why they give a fuck about me at the same time. As always, JD Miles. The MGTOWs they love to hate. Even the ones that claim everybody, even ones that claim everybody loves to hate them, loves to hate MGTOW at the same time. As always, this is why they keep us relevant to this day. And I'm back again. Y'all see the title of discussion? Y'all see the title of discussion. In fact, I don't even have to say it for you. But before I begin, shout out to me and Pops on the couch for bringing this news story to my attention. Now, what has Uncle JD been saying about everybody has a boiling point? And how far can they bend the branch until it snaps? And how long they're gonna keep pushing people till they go over the edge? Well, y'all should know what this is gonna be about. I'm gonna play the news article, give my opinion, and I'm gonna let let me and Pops on the couch get theirs as well. But man, I've been saying this for God knows how long. But enough of me babbling. Let's get on with this article, shall we?
When the officer directed other responding officers to check the basement, the defendant stated, quote, "They're all gone." Dramatic new details revealed by prosecutors today as they file murder charges against the Tinley Park man accused of shooting his wife and 3 daughters.
Dane Placco reports on Meyer Kassem's bizarre explanation for the murder of his family.
The defendant called 911 dispatch for the Tinley Park Police Department and reported that his wife had been shot. Prosecutors read a lengthy and bone-chilling description of the murders in court, but 63-year-old Maher Kassem showed no emotion as he was charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder for executing his wife and 3 adult daughters. They revealed the couple's 19-year-old son was also in the house and woke up Sunday morning to hear his parents and sisters arguing in the basement downstairs. He heard the continuing argument between the defendant and the victims, and then witnessed 1 heard gunshots. They say Kassem used 2 guns to fire a total of 17 shots in a matter of seconds. His wife, 59-year-old Maheda, was shot 7 times. His 25-year-old twin daughters, Halema and Zahia, and 24-year-old daughter Hanan were also shot multiple times. When police arrived at the family's home, the officer asked the defendant who else was there, and the defendant stated, quote, "They're gone." With police body cams rolling, prosecutors say Kassem offered a twisted explanation for killing his family. The defendant was reported volunteering things about having just retired, and that, quote, "She treats me like a dog. I worked 40 years, unquote. And, quote, "I worked all my life to give my family a better home, and they treat me like a dog," unquote. Kassem's public defender asked for him to be released on home monitoring, but the judge ordered him held behind bars, calling Kassem, quote, "a real and present threat to the safety of the community." He'll be back in court on February 16th. In Bridgeview, Dane Plack.
Now, before I go any further, I need to point out the downplay that they try to pull right there. Notice how they try to make his story into a twisted explanation. He did what he did. And keep keep this in mind as well. He murdered his wife, his two adult daughters. He called the police on himself and he turned himself in. And he faces the judge with zero emotion. But notice how they try to downplay it as, he's giving out his twisted explanation. Really? And before I go any further, before these retarded folks jump on my channel, I'm going to go ahead and say this right here. I do not condone violence. And to be honest, what he did, Doesn't what he did, the ends does not justify the means. But yeah, I understand the situation here. It's not justifiable, but I understand the situation. But let's continue on.
Go, Fox 32 Chicago.
What?
All right, look, everybody. Me and Pop gonna get right into it. I heard some buzzwords that I didn't like. Said bizarre reason, and what did the other girl say? She was twisted. Twisted. One said twisted, one said bizarre. Right? Okay. It wasn't bizarre. He told you exactly what happened. It wasn't twisted either. Now, me and Pop say this all the time. It's one of our little sayings. And we finna say it to y'all. I ain't saying he should have did it. But I do understand. Come on now. I ain't saying he should have did it. Say it again, not that. I ain't saying he should have did it. But what we do. But I understand. But we understand. I understand.
Exactly. We ain't saying he should have did it, but we understand completely. And as Uncle JD always said, everybody has a goddamn boiling point. And how far are you gonna push people till they go over the edge? This right here is a cautionary tale. These men ain't playing around anymore. One Jamaican dude beheaded his wife when he found out his children ain't his. And this is just keeps going on and on. But let's continue.
Let the church say amen. We understand. We understand because there ain't nothing twisted. It wasn't bizarre or twisted. I'm going to start with bizarre. Yeah. He told you the exact reason. He did. He said 40 years and she treat me like a freaking dog. That's right. That's what he said. Then he said, treat me like that was a big F. You know, they took it, they deleted it out. So that was a big F that he said, you treat me like an F dog. That's what he said. For 40 years. He said, you been treating me like a dog for 40? 40. Ain't that simple? That's a long time. You say what you want.
Treat him like a fucking dog for 40 years. Damn.
Then he said, I worked my whole life. I've just retired to give my family a better life and a better house. And they talk to me and treat me like shit. They treat me like a dog. Hold on. He told you the exact reason that he went in there and it was some furniture moving. But
straight up. I mean, when I looked at when I heard the news article, all I could think was that song from Benny Pass. Yeah. What was that song from Benny Pass? Yeah. What She Left Behind. And I can tell you this, fellas, that song is dark as hell. Benny Pass, What She Left Behind. Yeah, it's a dark song. Some people won't be able to take listening to the song. But that song does have meaning, and that song does resonate, especially in this situation. But let's continue. We always use that term. Treat him like a dog. I don't want to use that term. You know why? Because the way they treated him, we don't treat our dogs like that. We treat our dogs better. We treat our dogs better on that. So whatever word that we want to try to change that with nowadays, maybe need to be slave or something. Because it ain't no dog. Because the dog get treated better these days. And that's a fact. So all you had for the past 40 years, let's put this in where we going with this. All you had for the past 40 years was a man that was being disrespected by his wife. And 3 daughters that she's raised to be 3 other disrespectful hyenas just like her. Absolutely. So. And did I fail to mention they're foreigners? I believe they came to the U.S. from Palestine. you could come out here to the U.S., but that doesn't mean that they're not going to give up their beliefs and their ideologies where they came from. If you understand the situation, you know exactly how it is. It ain't right, but you know how it is. But let's continue.
And you got a set of twins. They 25. Then you got a 24-year-old, and they just like mama with that same mouth. And so all five of them was having a disagreement. Now, did you notice now that the son is upstairs? And he didn't unalive him, Pop. He didn't unalive him. So what that tell us, Pop? Well, that means Junior wasn't talking crazy like everybody else. Because if he was, Pop would have stretched him out and laid him next to everybody else. See, Junior wasn't disrespecting his dad. Which is why he kept his life. The way that the women, just like that's why we're going with this, y'all, just so y'all know. It shows just how long this guy, a Palestinian guy, right? That's what I'm hearing. Okay. And this is what's been going on for 40 years. You know what he said? 40 years and she treated me like a fucking dog. With his wife and this modern mindset. So I'm that.
And if I could be upfront and real and honest, that dude suffered for 40 years. To be honest, I could even suffer for at least a month before hitting that door. But yeah. Fellas, if you're in a situation like that where not only the woman that you're with is disrespecting you and don't appreciate what you're doing, but she also got the kids doing the same fucking shit, just walk away. Walk away. Don't wait 40 years. In fact, let me go the extra mile here. Don't wait 30 years. Don't even wait 20 years. Matter of fact, don't even wait a year. Just walk away. But let's continue.
You can be disrespectful, that you can talk to him any kind of way, which is that modern mindset. Which you said off camera. You couldn't do that over there. Right. There you go. Thank you. And so
Nope, you can't. They can't do that over there in Palestine or any country in the Middle East. Y'all remember what happened to that chick out in Dubai? She cussed out a local and found herself in trouble with the law. If they will do that to a foreigner, then you already know how they're going to treat their own. But let's continue.
That country, you wouldn't have been able to talk to him like that. Never would have thought to try me. But because you in America, where you feel like you can be disrespectful. And you westernized now. Yes, right. In the modern women, the modern activity, the modern mindset, guess what it got you? It got you closer to God. It got you and your 3 daughters closer to God, unalived, because all of y'all thought that he, as y'all do a lot of men nowadays, are supposed to just take and not say anything about how, as men, you're supposed to be able to disrespect us with your modern mindset, and it's supposed to be okay. Now, let's just look at something real quick.
Exactly. The father went straight up walking Phoenix Joker. It was more, he called the police on himself. Had no remorse. He showed no remorse in that. So you could tell he wasn't sorry for what he did. But what did Joaquin Phoenix Joker said? Oh, we supposed to just take it like good little boys in the hopes that we won't werewolf and go wild. And I'm going to talk about a few other things too, but let's finish this off.
After you ain't got time.
Thank you. He got tired, and because he finally got tired of how you all has been disrespecting him, he unalived y'all. Well, he did it. I don't agree with that. We don't agree with that.
We ain't saying he should have did it.
No.
Oh, but we understand.
But we understand. And that's all that we're saying with this part is because it's the modern mindset. We just wanted to point out with this as well, so everybody can be able to see, this is not anything new. This guy has been dealing with this for 40 years. So this...
Straight up. Another thing I'm going to point on, and this is me coming from a therapist standpoint. You constantly hear people saying, oh, you should avoid people who are unstable, and not in their right mind. Well, as a therapist, that's easier said than done. No shit, that is easier said than done. Why? Simple. Unless this person in particular shows you that they are unstable mentally and whatnot, then how would you know if that person is unstable without them showing you that they are unstable? You can't. Some don't even know that a person is unstable until it's too late. I believe, if you ever saw the movie Constantine, what did Keanu Reeves' character said? Some are evil in nature. Some are evil in nature. Yeah, you got people who clearly show that they are mentally unstable. But what people don't pay attention to are the ones that they constantly press buttons. The ones that they constantly push into being unstable. And yeah, a normal person, if they keep being pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed, it can get to a point where even that normal person could turn unstable. Or better yet, let me paint a picture so y'all can see a little better. Suppose you have a dog. You don't treat that dog well. You don't give that dog kindness, love, or affection any pet owner would give to their pet. Instead, you're abusive. You keep beating the dog. You keep beating them and beating them and beating them. How that dog's going to turn out? If that dog gets tired of getting beaten and abused by this owner, what is that dog going to do? He's going to snap at his owner. For that dog has reached his boiling point. He can't take anymore. He's going to make it stop. He's going to make it stop by any means necessary. And that's what this situation is. And once again, just for the record, I do not condone his actions. I do not provoke violence on this channel, but from a standpoint, I can understand the situation, even though it's not justifiable. But let's continue.
Mindset is not anything that's new. Men being treated like this, it's not anything new. The difference is that now because of the internet, we can see it more. But you got a lot of men that's been dealing with this for a whole lot of years. So with this modern disrespect, with this modern mindset, I'm going to go and put the plug in right now. That's also the reason why you got so many young men nowadays that's not dating, that's not fooling these women
at all.
And that's why you also got
63% between 18 and 30 don't even want to date. Don't want to do nothing with a woman at all.
And then guess what? So then you got a whole lot of the rest of them, they taking their talents to South Beach.
And that's
let the church say amen.
I'm going to end my
Amen.
part with everybody on this right here. Y'all listen to the pain, because I don't feel like, see, everybody trying to word it differently, and I understand he did something horrible, because he definitely shouldn't have unalived everybody. I get it. But he also shouldn't have stayed that long.
Yep. And he ain't lying either. And they wonder why the problem still persists. And I believe my college instructor said it best. They can't constantly ignore the problem or try to cover a deep wound with a Band-Aid. You can't sit there and try to wordplay this shit. This is an issue. Fuck all the wordplay. Fuck all the putting the bandage on a deep knife wound. Unless they address the problem and address it head on, then how the hell they gonna expect to fix the problem? How? Ain't no way in hell you're gonna fix the problem if you're scared to face it head on. But I'm just saying. Let's continue.
So this is where me and Pop agree on something that we talked about off camera. Don't stay 40 years knowing this woman talking to you and treating you like that, fellas. Get up out of there. Yes. Peace up and A-Town down. Hit her with the deuces. No Chris Brown. He said 40 years and she talked to me that way. That was the reason we put that opening clip in there, fellas. Yo.
Exactly. I mean, I can't even last that long. In fact, I can't even last a year in that type of situation. I'm bouncing. Why he stayed for so long? I don't know. But I would have been long gone.
Ladies, that's why we did it. Right? And then on the backside, look at how she's now raised his $3. To be as disrespectful as she is. Imagine a man that's just retired, 63 years old, and I'm in a basement with 4 people I could physically dominate, and everybody in here talking to me out the side of their neck. Not only that, it was 17 shots. He hit Ma with 7.
Say it again.
Tell you.
Say it again. Say it again.
It was 17 shots. He hit Ma with 7. What that tell you? That tell you her mouth and her disrespect had been live and direct for 4 decades. He been dealing with her since 83. He was tired.
She had to go. Look. She had to go home. She had to go. It was time to go.
Say it again.
It was time to go.
Hey. Remember that scene on The Blind Side where he first, where his mojo first kick in and he take the kid and he drive him all the way to the back of the end zone? Mm-hmm. And then he come back and the coach said, "Where was you taking him?" What did he tell him? He said it was time for him to go home. That's how Pops felt. And then it's time for y'all, you people, you 4 people have disrespected me long enough for 20 years. I done put you through college. I done did all this right as a man. And you think you're going to talk to me like that? You think you keep disrespecting me? And as I ended, 63, he can't afford to leave her. You can't go back to work. You've already retired. And if you leave now, she taking your pension, she taking your retirement, she taking the house, and she going to be sleeping with somebody else in your home. Let the church say amen.
And I'm going to say this part real quick. And then with that, 63, you're right. So now he's retired. Also, I'm going to bring out real quick is the fact, guess what? Now he got to be at home with her every day.
That, you know what?
Facts.
That whole entire
that's the key reason he snapped right there.
Exactly.
See, what you just said is the real reason right there.
That's it.
He was like, I can't deal with this hyena. At least at work, I could go and hide for these last 40 years. I could maybe even work 10, 12, 16 hours a day. I could deal with him. But now I got this damn dragon breathing down my throat, spitting out fire at me every day.
Now I get an opportunity to see how bad it really is.
Boy, y'all heard, Pops. We was big speaking.
Bullshit.
Out the gate. But for those of y'all who want to watch the video in its entirety, I'll put a link in the description box. Go check them out. They dropping hard facts and tell them JD Miles sent you. But nevertheless, I say what I had to say. I'm done with this situation. Yet another tragic moment. Another cautionary tale. Fellas, just walk away. It ain't worth your sanity. It ain't worth losing your happiness. It ain't worth being miserable. And it damn sure ain't worth your freedom. I said what I had to say, and I'm out this bitch. Later.